Hey guys. Okay, so this video is going to be about handling customer concerns, and I made a list of some of the top concerns. First, you're going to see real concerns up there at the top, and then you'll see feel, felt, found. Those are the 3 F's. I understand how you feel. A lot of customers have felt the same way. Let me tell you what they have found. Okay, you can use that line for almost any concern that a customer throws at you. I understand how you feel. A lot of customers have felt the exact same way. Let me tell you what they have found. Okay, feel, felt, found. Remember that, guys. Biggest concern, I call them one-leggers, the spouse. That's a big one. You run into that a lot, especially out in the country. A lot of stay-at-home moms, a lot of farmers. Previous customer, they used to have it, 5, 6, 10 years ago, they used to have Dish or DirecTV, and they don't ever want to go back because they had a bad experience. That's a big concern that customers have. I need to think about it. You'll run into that. Customers say they need to think about it, and not wanting to give you their credit card or their social security number. That's a big one too. Underneath that, I've got initial no. Don't hear it, just repeat the question or just keep moving forward. So what I mean by that, it usually took me on average 4 or 5 no's before I got a yes. And I could get 4 or 5 no's in the exact same house and then get a yes at that same house and still sell that customer. Or I could get 4 or 5 no's at different houses and then my next house that I knocked on was a yes. So don't be afraid of the no's. A lot of times I heard no before I got a sale on that customer. Many times the customer at first did not want to do it, and then by the time I left, they're like, wow, this is a really good idea. I'm so glad that I switched. And I try not to use the word switch. I always say upgrade. We don't want to say the word switch because it just sounds kind of negative. So just let them know that you're going to upgrade them to Dish Network or upgrade them to DirecTV. I found that worked very well for me. So let's talk about these concerns. The first one being the spouse. That's a major concern that you'll run into. And the best thing that worked for me on handling the spouse, I would tell, let's say a customer, I don't have anybody here to role play with, but let's say a customer says to me, I need to talk to my wife about it. And his name's Roger Johnson, for example. Roger would say, I need to talk to my wife about it. Okay, Roger, I understand. I understand how you feel, and I have felt the same way because I don't make decisions without talking to my wife either. And a lot of customers have felt the same way that you do now. And let me tell you what they have found. What I've found is that if we were to explain this the exact same way to your wife that I just explained it to you, do you think she would want to do it? If he replies back, oh yeah, absolutely, she would want to do it, well then we'll go ahead and get that sale, okay? Because he thinks it's a good idea. Roger's sold. He's just concerned that his wife might not like it. So if he tells you, yeah, I think she'll like it, it's a great deal, then we'll go ahead and fill out the paperwork and get it on the schedule. And how I handle that is I just say, okay, well since I'm out here today, Roger, what I'm going to do is go ahead and get the information, get you on the schedule. The technician's going to be out here tomorrow and the next day, and we'll go ahead and get you on the route so that way you guys can take advantage of this new promotion, this new customer promotion that we have. And we'll leave a note for your wife, basically explaining who I am, why I came out here today to upgrade you to new equipment and lower the monthly bill, and basically just outline everything that we're doing. And we'll leave some information for your wife to read over along with a note. And if she has any questions at all, either she or you can give me a call back and we can take you off the route if she looks at it and says that there's no way that she wants to do this. But I'm pretty sure you just told me that she would want to do it. So we'll go ahead and get it on the schedule, and I'm pretty sure after she reads the note and sees what's happening here, she's not gonna have a problem with it at all. That one works very well for me, guys. Now, if Roger's reaction to my question, let me back up here. When I say Roger, if we were to explain this the exact same way that I just explained it to you, to your wife, what do you think she would say? If he says, well, I don't know what she would say. Well, that lets me know that his wife has nothing to do with it at all. Roger has the concern, okay? So I would just point blank ask him, well, it sounds like to me, Roger, that you're a little unsure on this. What is it, what's your concern? You know, what is it that you don't like about this? And usually he's going to give you what his concern is. Oh, I used to have Dish, and I don't want to go back. Their customer service sucked. You know, yada, 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 whatever the reason is. And then you just feel, felt, found it, okay? You just handle his concern and then move right along, back into closing. So that's how you handle the spouse concern. Previous customer didn't like it. That's the next one. So a lot of customers feel the same. Oh well, sorry, delete that. So Roger says, I used to have Dish and I didn't like it. I'll never go back. I just don't want anything to do with it. Roger, I completely understand how you feel, and a lot of customers have felt the exact same way. And let me tell you what they have found. They found that the equipment that they're getting now with Dish Network, the brand new equipment like the Hopper, it's so much better than what the equipment was, 10 years ago when you had Dish? They didn't have the Hopper then. So the equipment now is just so much better. That's what I found, and that's what other customers have found. So you're going to be really, really happy with this new equipment. You're going to love it. You're going to love the new system. And your monthly bill is going to be a lot lower. I mean, wouldn't it be worth, you know, $700 to just go ahead and get brand new equipment and get the same channels that you have now? And usually they're going to come on board with that. Need to think about it. That's number 3. That's basically them just telling you that they have a concern without telling you that they have a concern. So just ask them, what are you concerned about? What concerns do you have, Roger? What do you need to think about? He'll tell you, and then feel, felt, found it, okay? 3 F's, feel, felt, found. They work like gold. Credit cards and social. This is what I use. You guys have very similar sheets. Notice how the date of birth, social, and credit card is Sharpied off. If you start name dropping and you start telling, oh yeah, your neighbor just did this, Roger, and so just did this, and look how much money I saved them, and you show them on paper their name, address, phone number, and that their personal information, like the date of birth, social, and credit card is not on there, they're going to feel much more comfortable with you. And you can just let them know, I just need it for right now, DirecTV needs it, so when we call it in, we have to tell them what it is over the phone. We don't necessarily have to write it down on paper, but I like to write it down so I can give it to them over the phone, and it's just easier for me. And then before I leave your house, I'll cross this off with my black Sharpie, so that way I don't have your personal information, because really I don't want to have it. I don't want this to get in the wrong hands. So this just goes right into the computer for DirecTV and Dish, and then I don't have it and you don't have to worry about it. That's how I used to handle the credit card and social, and I think that's the best way to handle it. When you start filling this out, I preferred to fill them out myself. You can have the customer fill them out. If you have the customer fill them out, they're going to say, you need my social? And you just tell them yes. Don't beat around the bush, just say yes, we need your social. DirecTV needs it, or Dish Network needs it. If you start saying something like, yeah, we need your social and your credit card number because some guy like stole a bunch of equipment and, you know, yada yada yada. Okay, don't do that, because then the customer's gonna freak out. Okay, so just a simple yes, we need your social. Yes, we need your credit card. New customers have to have it. And if they ask why they need the credit card, because the first month's bill is going to be charged on that credit card. That's why. So they have to have a credit card on file on your account, and you know, just tell them that up front. So those are the 4 major concerns that I dealt with, and that's how I handled them, guys. I hope this training video helps you as much as it helped me, and don't forget, feel, felt, found. Good luck.